A wildfire has started up in tropical sub-Saharan Africa. A herd of 6 bongos are caught up in the area, trapped by a blanket of smoke and raging fires that approach them. Thankfully, the New Harbour rescue team is on site ready to rescue this already near-threatened species. New Harbour, however, doesn't have the materials or space to house all 6. And with the adolescent male almost at the age of becoming an outsider, we are in need of another site to take him in. Thankfully, our friends at Calbrino Zoo have been willing to take in the young male, and so he doesn't feel alone, his mother will be going along with him. While the bongos are now safe and are en route to New Harbour, they will still need at least a 2-week quarantine before entering their new home. By the time this video is live, Calbrino Zoo's creator Sembach has already revealed Calbrino Zoo's new bongo habitat. But until the new year, when New Harbour's bongos are ready for their new forever home, we turn our attention back to the topic of this video. Hi all, Wise Wolf here, and welcome back to another episode of New Harbour Wildlife Reserve. In today's episode, we have a special new arrival to our site. Kingpins rescued black and white ruffed lemurs from the Orchid City Zoo. Queen, Beethoven, and Dion are finally ready to be welcomed into New Harbour Wildlife Reserve. After tragedy struck in the form of Hurricane Frontier, Orchid City was left uninhabitable for the animals. Around the same time that New Harbour welcomed in their giggling new residents, the striped hyena, we were also off rescuing from the Orchid City Zoo the 15 African penguins and the 3 black and white ruffed lemurs. Last week, 12 of those African penguins made it their new home at New Harbour, the only exception being the 3 chicks that were not suitable for display. This week, Queen, Dion, and Beethoven welcomed into New Harbour Wildlife Reserve the black and white ruffed lemurs. You may have also seen at the start of this episode, I've tried something different. From now on, I'm going to be adding some story to the zoo and build in some rescue scenes for future animals so that it seems legit and like a real zoo. The bongos are in quarantine and are safely on their way to New Harbour. They should be here by the 5th of January 2025. At the time this video goes live, it'll be a couple of weeks now since Sembach released his bongo build. Sembach was given 2 bongos that were in that rescue. The Calbrino Zoo has the adolescent young male and his mother, as the male bongo was approaching age of maturity and would have been a problem for New Harbour staff had we had 2 male bongos constantly fighting. And so, we made the decision to send 2 of them to Calbrino Zoo so that the mother and son can live a happy life, and the father and the other females can live a happy life here at New Harbour when they arrive, again, January 5th, 2025. With that being said, this is of course my last episode for New Harbour for 2024. However, by the time this come out, you might have already noticed the start of my 12 shorts of Christmas, with my Christmas zoo, Polar Downs. The tour will be out on Christmas Day for Australians, 25th of December 2024. However, for you in America and also any other countries in the Northern Hemisphere, it'll most likely be out on Christmas Eve, the 24th of January. Why did I say January? It's December, 24th of December 2024. The black and white ruffed lemur is one of the animals that exceeds my animal knowledge, and so I will be the first to openly admit I have used ChatGPT to help me with telling you about the black and white ruffed lemur. Hopefully this will now also help me do my case study on the black and white ruffed lemur that I have been procrastinating from doing because I legit know nothing about the black and white ruffed lemur. So with that being said, let's turn to ChatGPT. The black and white ruffed lemur, or Varesia variegata, is a strikingly beautiful primate native to the rainforests of Madagascar, It's known for its distinctive black and white fur, and with some individuals having a more pronounced mix of black and white patches across their bodies. These lemurs are large with a long bushy tail that adds to their dramatic appearance. Physical characteristics. They are relatively large amongst lemur species, weighing between 3 to 4.5 kilograms. Their fur is mostly black, with white ruffs around their faces and neck, which is why they get their name, the black and white ruffed lemur. Their tail is long and bushy, and they have strikingly expressive faces. Their large round eyes contribute to their expressive look, with the white fur around their face giving a stark contrast to their dark eyes. Behavior and ecology. The social structure of black and white ruffed lemurs. They are highly social, living in groups of 2 to 16 individuals, which are usually made up of related females and their offspring. They are frugivores, primarily feeding on fruit, but also consuming flowers, leaves, and nectar. They play a key role in their ecosystem by helping to pollinate flowers and disperse seeds. These lemurs are diurnal, which means they are active during the day, and arboreal, spending most of their time in the treetops. They are known for their loud, distinctive calls, which they use to communicate with others in their group or to warn of potential danger, which is why no matter where you are in Perth Zoo, you will always hear these lemurs calling to each other, whether you're at the farthest points of the Australian bushwalk or right next to them. You will hear them no matter where you are. Even if you're just exploring South Perth, you will hear them, because they are loud. The black and white ruffed lemurs have a unique breeding strategy. They are known for their seasonal breeding, with mating typically occurring in the dry season. Females will give birth to 1 to 3 offspring after a gestation period of about 102 days. The young are born with their eyes closed and are initially dependent on their mother for care. And here they are, the beautiful black and white ruffed lemurs. Queen, Beethoven, and Dion. I am so happy that they get to now call the New Harbour Wildlife Reserve their home. For those of you who had never paid attention to the comments section on Kingpins videos for Orchid City Zoo, I actually left the name suggestions for Beethoven and Dion in the early stages of Orchid City Zoo, and that's why I'm so passionate to finally be able to help them and save them from the disastrous Hurricane Frontier that completely destroyed their forever home. But hopefully they can call New Harbour their new forever home. Unless of course Kingpin requests them back, in which we'll be happily able to oblige with returning all the animals to his care. Kingpin, if you are watching this video, I hope you are proud with the work we've put into the lemurs' new home. Whether this be their temporary home, if Keystone Park ever requests for their return, or if this would be their forever home. But either way, they really like it here, and I hope they can be here for a while at least. In the event that these lemurs do return to Kingpin's care at the Keystone Park, this habitat will be merged into the neighbouring habitat, which will be for the bongos that are joining on January 5th, 2025. Otherwise, this will stay their home for now until their return, or not return, to Keystone Park. Also, a little side note, the animation of the lemurs playing with the keyboard is just the absolute cutest to ever exist. The one thing I do know about lemurs is that most species of lemur live in a matriarchal society, such as the ring-tailed lemur and the black and white ruffed lemur. This means that Madagascar was a load of shit. It should have been Queen Julia, not King Julian, because, you know, matriarchal society. Female dominancy, not male dominancy. With that being said, female black and white ruffed lemurs make most of the decisions regarding group movement, foraging areas, and interactions with other groups. With also being said that the matriarchal system is relatively rare in the primate world. Group dynamics. Within these groups, the lemurs have a complex social structure. Members communicate through vocalizations, facial expressions, and body postures. The group structure can be fluid, but in general, younger individuals tend to follow the lead of older females. These social bonds help them stay together while foraging and navigating their environment. We touched on this a little earlier, but the black and white ruffed lemurs are known for their loud vocalizations. Quite loud vocalizations, which can be heard over great distances, and I mean great distances. I'm sorry if it sounds that I'm a little annoyed with the lemurs and their loud vocalizations. That's partially because they can be slightly annoying. When you're trying to discuss dingoes with a keeper at Perth Zoo, and all you hear are lemurs crying out across the whole entire zoo, it can get a little frustrating and a little repetitive. But besides that point, the lemurs use their calls for multiple purposes. This includes territorial calls, social interactions, and alarm calls. Territorial calls are often vocalizations to mark their territory and to communicate with other groups, signaling the boundaries of their home. Their calls are varied, and some resemble harsh barking sounds that can be heard up to 2 kilometers away. The social interaction calls also play a role on intra-group communication. They help individuals coordinate movements or alert the group to dangers, such as predators or approaching humans. This leads into alarm calls. When they sense a predator, black and white ruffed lemurs emit sharp warning calls. These calls are especially important for alerting the group to stay alert or flee, as their natural predator includes birds of prey, carnivores like the fossa, and large snakes. This is one reason why the fossa are at the start of the zoo and the lemurs are more towards the back, which will be accompanied by the bongo, and shortly the giraffe and zebras that'll be roughly behind them. The reason why I believe these lemurs will eventually return to Kingpins Keystone Park is because they do technically play a keystone role in their ecosystem. They help with pollination and seed dispersal. As they feed on flowers and nectar, they inadvertently aid in the pollination of several plant species. This ecological role highlights their importance in the rainforest ecosystem. By consuming variety of fruits, the lemurs also help in the dispersal of seed, promoting forest regeneration. Many of the fruits they eat are large, and they may carry seeds over long distance, ensuring the growth of new plants in different areas. As the end of this video approaches, I hope you all enjoyed watching. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Liking the video will help out with YouTube's algorithm, and hopefully I can get noticed more by other people. If you did enjoy, please feel free to subscribe. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope to see you all in the new year. Until then, I leave you with the final cinematics for the lemur video. And again, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope you can spend it with the loved ones in your life. Friends, family, even your dog. Until then, peace out.